All right, we're on to Justice League Doom, which I can say is the first one I generally really liked. It's not that I didn't like the other ones. This one really had that. Supposed to be supposedly a standalone sequel to Crisis on Two Earths, although there is a big discrepancy. We'll get to that, but this was pretty good. In this film, the Justice League is attacked simultaneously by members of the Legion of Doom, led by a leader, which I'll get to, who wants to destroy half of the world, the half that is covered by the sun at that point in time. So, yes. So, first off, the voice talent. My God, this was... You got Kevin Conroy as Batman. Tim Daly as Superman. Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern. Carl Lumley as Martian Manhunter. And Michael Rosenbaum as the Flash. That's like 4 of them were from the Justice League TV series, and it's great to have their voices back. The opening to this was actually pretty cool, showing the credits. I don't remember who voiced Wonder Woman. Bumper Robinson voices Cyborg. Would have been cool to get Carrie Payton to do the voice, but I don't know. He wasn't really Justice League, he was Teen Titans, but I'm just saying. But, yeah, so like I said, they fight the Legion of Doom, and it's a pretty weird Legion of Doom. It's like they didn't have rights to, like, the main characters of the Legion of Doom movie. We just got a bunch of random characters, one for each villain. Like, you'd think for a Justice League, you need one for each corresponding member of the Justice League, right? So, Lex Luthor, Gorilla Grodd, or Captain Cold, one of those two. Cheetah is the only one that I really found from the Legion of Doom. Brainiac or Lex Luthor. Okay, so we got Brainiac or Lex Luthor. Well, Lex Luthor is leading. You can have... If Lex Luthor is the leader, then you can have Brainiac as the one designated for Superman. And you have either Grodd or Captain Cold for Flash. Cheetah for Wonder Woman. Sinestro for Green Lantern. Martian Manhunter is a little bit iffy. I mean, you could have just a bonus character. You could have both Brainiac. You could have both Grodd and Captain Cold in there if you just want to have extra, but there's really no one to battle them, which is kind of why they got this one. And who's the last one? No, there's 6. There's 6 because there's no Aquaman. So, yeah. But the ones they get are Bane for Batman, Metallo for Superman, Star Sapphire for Green Lantern, Mirror Master for the Flash. Okay. Cheetah, like I said, is only a separate one for Wonder Woman. And I don't remember his name, but I think it's supposed to be his brother. The Martian Manhunter's brother, I think. And they're the Legion of Doom, and they're led, not by Lex Luthor, by Vandal Savage, which was a big twist for me, because I'm like, okay, it's going to reveal to be Lex Luthor, because he always leads the Legion of Doom. They even have the thing, which is not blue, it's like yellow or something, coming out of the swamp. But it wasn't Lex Luthor, it was Vandal Savage. And I'm like, wait, what? Vandal Savage? Huh? Okay, that's different. Like I said, did they not have rights to the Legion of Doom characters, or they just wanted to change it up? I don't know. But we do start off with Batman facing off against the Royal Flush Gang, and he can't handle it, so Justice League comes to help, which is cool. Cool little fight. The Royal Flush Gang in this one is King, Queen, Jack, Ace, and 10. There's 5 of them in this time. And Ace is a robot, which is, he's expected. But, yeah. And then we get where Mirror Masters come in. He's hacked into Bruce's computer, or Batman, the Bat computer, I should say. And that leads to something later where first I was confused because he's like, oh, you need a leader to take on the Justice League. So I'm like, okay, they're all going to join up together and beat up the Justice League together, and then it's going to, no, they all attack each member. And I'm like, wait, they could have just done that without Savage. Why do they need, well, what they needed was the contingency plans that Batman had on his computer. Contingency plans to neutralize, not kill, but neutralize the Justice League should one of them go out of control. And being as we're in the middle of a Flash event called Armageddon, where one of the members of the Justice League might be getting out of control, it kind of feels familiar to me. But yeah, so some of the contingency plans. Now, Batman does say that Savage altered them to make them more violent. Like, one of them has Wonder Woman just sees multiple versions of Cheetah, and that's unlike all these other ones. They work with specific movesets. This one doesn't really work because you have another one. Is you have the Green Lantern. You pump in some of the fear toxin, which of course, fear is the weakness to will, which is what the Green Lantern needs for his ring to work. And he thinks he killed Carol Ferris. But it turns out it's an android, but we'll get there. And then Superman gets shot with a kryptonite bullet. That one's obvious. The Flash gets a bomb put through his arm and has to run, and if it stops, it's like Speed but with the Flash. If he stops, it'll go off and explode. And the weirdest one has to be for the Martian Manhunter. The other Martian shows up and pretends to be a woman, and he drinks some of his soda, and then apparently it has some kind of drug in it that makes him, that's a poison, but it makes him sweat magnesium, so she sets him on fire. And I get magnesium is like, you can't put out with fire. They try to use a fire extinguisher, it doesn't work. His partner tries to cover him with a blanket, nothing. They gotta brush over the fact that he's revealed to be the Martian Manhunter, because that's a big thing. There's a bunch of people there, but they don't ever come back to that. And he even jumps in a river and nothing. And they have to come in with this injection and stop it. Cyborg is in this too, but he's sort of in the background. He shows up, and this is the part that I got frustrated with, because he shows up to help Wonder Woman. He has this thing pointed at her, and he is telling her everything about, like, you're not seeing straight. I'm not Cheetah. I'm Cyborg. He's telling her all this stuff. He's like, I'm just going to hit you with this, and it'll fix everything, because you got the little things inside your head telling you that everyone is Cheetah. I'm just going to do it. She's like, no! And she jumps up, rips his arm up. I'm like, what? Didn't you not listen to what he said? But he's able to get the thing back and shoot her with it, and she's like, what happened? I'm like, What happened? Bitch, did you not listen to what he said? He told you what happened. And you ignored him. It's frustrating. Like, when they write stuff like that, where no matter what they tell, no matter how much of the truth they tell, they don't believe him, and it has to be something else. And no. It's stupid. But yes, and it's revealed to the Justice League that Batman came up with these contingency plans, like I said. And so he has the antidotes to him. And so then they work together to stop the Legion and stop Savage's plan. Savage also has a backstory where, in this version, I think he was a caveman who found a meteor, which it's not said whether it's Thanagarian, but you can take or leave it. And it gives him brain power. And so he becomes immortal. Yeah. I don't know. He's a caveman here, and I like the Egyptian angle better from, like, everything else I've seen. But, caveman, okay. And of course they defeat Vandal Savage and the League, and Vandal Savage gets life without parole, which is funny, except for, I don't know, the death penalty, cut off his head. He'd be immortal, but he'd be separated. I don't know. I think putting someone like that in prison, a regular prison, is a big mistake. You need to put him in some kind of high maximum security thing. Throw him in a Phantom Zone. I don't know. Throw him somewhere. I don't know. But yes, and then they have a thing where they talk about whether or not they're going to trust Batman. And I understand that they'd be iffy after learning. But what Batman says is makes a lot of sense. I mean, mind control is a big thing in the DC Comics universe and any comic universe. Where, think of the Avengers. Hawkeye was mind controlled and Selvig was mind controlled. So I see where Batman's coming from. You get mind controlled, you're not in control of your own body. Look at Wonder Woman. Her brain was messed with to think there was a bunch of cheetahs and she could have seriously hurt people. Now, albeit that was sort of Batman's plan, sort of, I don't know, but yeah, he doesn't apologize for it. He goes, I'm not going to wait for a vote, so he leaves, and then he has a talk with Superman. Superman says, all these contingency plans, you never told me what, Savage came up with burying you. You didn't come up with that. You never told us what the contingency plan was if you got out of control. And I like how he just looks at him and says, it's called the Justice League. I'm like, yeah. So then the Superman hands him a little lead box with kryptonite in it, should he need it. Although, I don't know if it's necessary. I think he has kryptonite stuff, but okay. And yeah, he goes back to Earth, and we see the Justice League, even though they weren't there a second ago, looking out the window, and yeah, this was pretty good. So obviously, it's going to be a pretty good. I really enjoyed this. I think this is probably my favorite so far. It's up there with Superman Doomsday was okay. Public Enemies was good, and Crisis on Two Earths was good. So I don't know, but this is pretty good. I keep saying that, but I enjoyed this, especially with the kind of, like I said, there was a connection with the DCAU and Crisis on Two Earths, but this one even had more. There was more voice actors in it from the DCAU, and the animation was the same as Crisis, but like the base, they had a Javelin, which was from Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and they had the space base from Justice League Unlimited. So yeah, it fits. They didn't have the teleporters, so yeah, pretty good. So what are your thoughts on Justice League Doom? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.